Hi, hi. How is everyone doing today? I hope everybody's doing good. I know, like, it's Wednesday and it's normally not a streaming day for me, but I have a couple of things I want to do and I want to check out a couple of stuff. So, today is this. We are going to check out Sovereign Syndicate. And this is a very different game that I've never really played before. So everybody that knows, I like try to establish days that I try to go out and find um sometimes mess with a lot of demos and stuff like that of games that are like pretty cool games that they seem kind of cool and it's something that I've never done before. So I always kind of want to give them, give a new game an opportunity to kind of make its way and see how it plays and stuff like that. So this is called Sovereign Syndicate, and essentially, what this is a it's like a card game, I guess. But basically, you explore an open world in a Victorian steampunk cRPG. And you basically have three playable characters that you can choose from. Each of them have their own story, and pretty much you investigate, interact, and take action to leave your mark on the world and the inhabitants in the world in which we're going to be exploring. You use your skills to level them up, and you have to trace your fate to tarot cards. Chance your fate words on a Wednesday. It's hump day to a tarot card chance system. So basically, you're going to use the tarot cards to try to figure out what it is that you're going to be doing. This is the first time I've ever really played a game that had a card system before, so this should be interesting. It is PC, so this is actually on Steam. I am actually playing the demo. This is out for public if anybody wants to go check it out. But you can already go ahead and get it. But like last week was really super busy and I wanted to do this last week, but like so much stuff had popped up and I did not have a chance to really go check this out when I wanted to. So now we're going to give it the love that it deserves today. So this is going to be interesting because I've never played a game like this before. So I am actually really excited to like check this out. It does not have controller support. So this is going to be fun. So like, as you can see, we can go through the options real quick. Very basic options, your screen resolution, your quality presets, your display mode. And of course you always have your volumes that I did go in earlier because I always like to try to listen for the audio prior. And yeah, I had to turn it down because it was turned all the way up. So that made that a little much for like a little bit. And then of course there are the controls. So this is going to be interesting because again, I don't ever really play on I play on PC games a lot, but a lot of them have controller support. There are a few of them that I play that have only mouse and keyboard. So again, this is like going to be really interesting for me to kind of work through, but we're gonna do this because we're going to again check it out. Like I'm actually really interested in the game. Again, this is the first time I've ever played a game like this, so this should be fun. I hope it's fun. I believe it's gonna be fun. So let's go ahead and check this out because this is again a first for me. And then, like I said, they have they have a Discord, they have a Twitter, and if you want to wishlist it on Steam, you can go ahead, go on Steam, wishlist it, go check it out, see if you really, really enjoy it, and let's go explore. So Sovereign Syndicate, yay! Alright. So this is a new game, so follow Atticus daily as he explores the seedy underbelly of London's East Docklands in search of his mother, a reason for living, and his next fix. Ooh. So I'm assuming that with your demo, you only get to do this one. So that's cool. Atticus daily. So I can choose a focus. Okay. So he grew up in a crowded orphanage using his illusionary magical abilities to disguise himself as a human. Oh, that's right. Okay, so on here, you have 3 people that you can actually choose from when you have the full game. And they have 3 different stories. So the first one is Atticus Daly. He's an orphaned minotaur magician crawling out of the bottom of a bottle to find a sense of belonging and his next fix. Then we have Clara Reed, a courtier with a checkered past and a cunning woman with a rebellious streak. Follow her on a search for vengeance and the courtesan killer. Then we have Otto, the trusty automaton and companion of engineer Theodore Redgrave. More than just the sum of his parts, Otto wants more to life than servitude and utility. So, we're going to play as Atticus Daly. So, he is the magician minotaur who has disguised himself as human. And with that, we're going to try to choose his focus. So, this is pretty much like all his little things about him, and then in here is going to be this. So, he grew up in a crowded orphanage using his illusionary magical abilities to disguise himself as a human. So this focus is on temperance. So it gives me a starting attributes as self-defense is +8. His wit is +5. His spryness is +2. And then perks, he's +5 with conjuring. And his major arcana is temperance. So right here. Second one is retreating from an unforgiving world into study. He meets challenges with a sharp mind and a silver tongue. So starting attributes is plus this one, his major arcana, which is the hermit, will give him +8 wit, +5 discipline, +2 animal instinct, and his perks is +5 in persuasion. And then blaming his fiery temper on his minotaur blood, he learned to intimidate his enemies and embrace the rush of combat. So his starting attributes, since his major arcana is the chariot, will be animal instinct is at 8, his prowess is at 5, his wit is +2. His perks is that his intimidation is at +5. And then he said to be a great illusionist, he's practiced sleight of hand. He's surprisingly nimble for a minotaur. So his starting attributes are his +8 is spryness because his major arcana is the star. So he has a +8 spryness, +5 animal instinct, +2 in self-discipline, and his perks is +5 in fine motor skill. These are all hard because these are like really good instinct. These are like really good. Huh. I don't know which one I would actually go with now. Like, okay, so I get the fact that he's a minotaur, and there's a part of me that wants to kind of have attributes that deal with that. Type deal. So I kind of want to do it. I don't feel like he would be super. Like, okay, so clearly minotaurs always seem to have a very fiery temper. So I don't know. Like I'm kind of torn with this one because all of them would be really good, and it would play towards the type of environment that he grew up in. I just don't know like how big I want this. Like, do I want him to really be like he's a fighter? Because if I go with the fighter thing, it's the whole thing of the chariot. So he's gonna be like, you know, I want to fight all the time. But I feel like as a magician, he wouldn't necessarily do that. Because I don't feel like so I kind of feel like he wouldn't be the type of person that's just gonna go out there and fight. Because I kind of see a magician as somebody that is versed in magic, but they're also more versed in using their wit and being able to get out of things before it has to get to the level of fighting. So I feel like he wouldn't necessarily be trying to fight all the time unless he has to. So I don't think I'm going to do the chariot, which leads me to the temperance, the hermit, or the star. Um, So yeah, as an illusionist, he does have to have a practiced sleight of hand. So I would say he is pretty nimble. He does have fine motor skills. He has like some good self discipline. Okay, so I might not go with the animal instinct. The reason I say that is just because he's grown up a lot as a like disguising himself as human. So I kind of feel like his animal instincts probably aren't there as much, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of leaning towards temperance or hermit. I don't know. What do you think, Shoko? Because I kind of feel like I want to go with those two, either temperance or hermit. Because I feel like these two, like I still kind of want to consider this. Because I would say he would need to be. He said, "Why me?" Because I'm asking your opinion. Hmm. Keep coming over here. I don't know why I want to keep coming over here. So okay, I don't think he's gonna be the type of person that's gonna go fighting. Why do you who do you choose again? Okay, so there is temperance, hermit, carrot, and star, chariot, and star. Do you want me to go over the attributes again? I mean, okay, so you can actually build up his stuff. This is just his starting attribute. I think he will fight. I just don't think that he's just going to be the type of person that's going to be out there running and gunning. However, you could go with that other side of it because it basically says, you know, you said I'm reading. I mean, I guess if you, it depends, I guess, on what he does. If he grew up in a rough orphanage, then yes, I could see him having a fiery temper, but I feel like it would make him very successful as a magician. Yeah, he's a minotaur, but he disguises himself as a human, but he's actually a minotaur. So he's a magician, an illusionary magician at that. So he's an illusionist. So that's his thing. You said the star. Yeah, like I keep going over, but I'm like, I feel like I would probably go with the star too. Because it's literally like I think at some point it's like down to the star and the temperance. So let's go with the star. Confirm. A dark shape looms over you. Against the guttering lamplight, the black shadowed form hovers unsteadily like a cutout in a magic lantern. You can't be sure whether it's a real, living thing or another grim manifestation from your week-long bender, which at first blush you appear to have survived. Or is this, in fact, death come to claim you? In any case, the specter seems to be in no hurry to move along. Painful memories prick your gin-addled brain. Now you recall why you're here. You chose this alleyway in London's East End to drown the last of your days in drink. Well, if this apparition isn't an angel of death, then even at suicide you have failed. Wow, this got dark like really quick. Old crone. Atticus, he's coming. Wake up. He said, get out of my head, you old crone. Mass stranger. Atticus Daly. Self-discipline. How does he know my name? Self-reflection. His voice is cold and mechanical, like the hinge of a heavy iron door, concealing his identity, no doubt. Oh, okay, so I gotta choose. Okay. Constitution, try to speak, or animal instinct, say nothing. You know, I'm Constitution. Oh, this kind of tells you stuff, huh? Let's go with that. Oh my god. I have to pick a card. Okay. Uh let's go with two. You can never really go wrong with two. Who are you? I don't even know why I did that. +1 phlegm. I'm done. Spryness. Instead of a response, he offers a 10 steepled flask. A small kindness. I just kind of woke up and he giving me a 10 steepled flask. You know what? I'm already drunk. Wit. I've been hoping for the hair of the dog, but alas, it's only the choleric bite of London tap water. +10 vigor. Oh, okay. Self-discipline, better than a parched mouth, and at least a bit restorative. Spryness. Throwing the flask, the stranger leans back into the dim light of the gas lamps. I can finally see his features in full. He wears a brass button traveling waistcoat, complete with a scarlet hood and a mass of ornate gold panels. It glitters in a gaslight, delicately crafted. With finery like I've never seen. Masked stranger. On your feet now, you sorry sight. Self-discipline. Dizzy from the head rush, it's hard to keep my balance. Who are you and what do you want with me? And I need a moment to get my bearings. I need a moment to get my bearings. Because if I'm all dizzy and stuff, then, fair enough. He said, but I'll be watching. Brightness. The stranger pulled back his waistcoat, showing off a gilded flintlock pistol. Wow, we already started off with this violence. You woke up violent. Animal instinct. Over the years, many a minge bag have come to collect. This Barney Naff is no different. New journal entry. Is it? I was awakened in my alleyway deathbed by a curious stranger with an ornate mask. I have no idea what he wants, but he lets me live for now. Okay. So many outstanding debts and foregone second chances. Is it all catching up to me? Wait, no matter, let it be the night's brightness. He can try all he like all the others, but none have yet succeeded. Oh, this music is like so kind of sad. I don't know how I feel about this. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I feel like he's kind of desolate right now. So let's do with the wit. I got black bile. New journal entry. I was. Is there really no recourse? Do I find it so poetic to knock at death's door with my fears in order and a farewell note in hand? Very Victorian dark. Old crone, come now. Surely things aren't so dire. Task started. The old crone. Do I have a new task? Oh, there we go. They put the task right here too. Okay. Find out who the crone is before she drives you mad. The chatter of my mind is enough by itself, and now there's a crone chiming in. What is she doing here, and how did she get in my head? Self-discipline is up to me, seeing every impulse to an outcome, snuffing out the pleasures of life should I so desire. One, what I need is peace and quiet, a place to clear my mind. And two, can't hardly focus on pleasure in such a state. There's far too many voices in my head. Okay, so I'm assuming. Okay, so I need to find a quiet spot. Some wayward cartwright abandoned their wagon here. Beyond it, tenements and a dead end. He's got me hemmed in. I fought my way out of far worse. Wit, animal, no matter. If the stranger wants to fight, I'll give him one. Better go and collect my cane sword. I might need it soon enough. Yeah, I feel like that. Plus one blood. Do I fancy a fight in this condition? I may not have a choice. Better be prepared if it comes to it. Animal instinct. Who knows what this fellow wants? Best to have my weapon, come whatever may. Let's do spiral. Plus one blood. So where's this dude? I can't go here. What's this? Can I pick that up? Nope. Nope. Can't pick that up. Oh, what's this? Okay. Before I start walking into random stuff, take a look around. Oh, there is a stranger. Okay, look like I kind of had no choice but to talk to him. The train stands with a loose grip on his flip lock. Forgetting something? Don't think so. Despite my parents, my memory clear as bell. Can't be. There's nothing to my name but empty gym bottles. You know what? I'm gonna say this because I am that type of person that I have something flippant to say something. Mechanized hinges swivel around his mouth. Is that a smile? Perhaps the mage has a weapon. There's a jewel spark in his eyes. He's planning to put the squeeze on. Bolocks. I've forgotten my king's sword. Rough crowd where we're going. You might need it. Oh, yes, he's tuned into my thoughts. Wait, he takes a repeating match and lights up a chair, waiting for me to return with my personal effects. Okay, so where are my personal effects? Are they here? Oh, we can go into stuff. Okay, cool. I kind of wondered about that. Like, could I go into places? Apparently, I can't go here. So, where would my cane go? Well, maybe it's up. A slated wooden basket made from hazel cuttings, willow branches weave around the bottom for support. While I'm up in here looking at a basket, she'll like have more important things to tend to. I can smell the rotten flesh several days past the sign. Leave it alone. I'll let it lie. Okay. So he doesn't want to be here. Like I can't get past this. Oh, there's my cane sword. Boom, there we go. An evening cane concealing the steel blade and a cherry wood shelf. Below the brass figurehead is a bit of crushed velvet. A fine weapon, sturdy and well balanced, easy to wield, and suitable in aristocratic circles. Take the cane with me. I don't play around. Okay, cool. He said, stop buffering. I like the music so far. Right then, let's get going. We'll need you batting on a full wicket. He reaches for my arm as if to drag me along. Shall I let him ragdoll me around East London? You said, "Oh, I haven't heard anything." Really? Uh, yeah, he could put a bullet in me at this time. I mean, I may dry mouth, ace in the bones, and a chill spread. This body is in no shape for combat. Oh, you can't hear the music? Hold on. Actually, no. Let me do it this way. There you go. Sorry. That should do it. You should be able to hear it now. No, sorry, that was my bad. There's actually music to this. I mean, dude, you just woke me up. There's like no reason why I would have that much. I'm glad we understand each other. Come on, then. I didn't even say that out loud. No question about it. He's reading my thoughts. Persuasion, where are you taking me? Oh, that's a 3% chance on that. Nah, let's not do that. There's no time for dawdling. Bail in, he hasn't any conscience. If it seems if it seems like London left you behind, humor me for the evening. Otherwise, I'll deliver the bounty on your head and I won't have wasted any time. You said beat him. Girl, I am drunk. I am super drunk in here. Your headache rages with a fierce second wind, and every step is a hammer and nail in your psyche. The stranger's reckless pace only makes matters worse. His arm like a vice grip, dragging you down a maze of twisted alleyways until at last a string of paper lanterns appears. Buoys in a sickening sea of night, the cherry glow of Red Lantern Lane. Within waves of jasmine and sandalwood incense, memory washes fear away. This might be the only place that convinces you to keep on leaving, even just for a night. The gas mantle above the door fills you with fondness, cleansing the rust of your mind gouging hangover. You've arrived at the Red Lotus Den, the only place you ever felt at home. No need to be pulled along now. You go willingly inside. Wow. But we know where you spend your nights. Guys, like happy now? Friedness, body aches, and a deep uncertainty in the bones. It's hard to be happy like this. Mass stranger. Allow me to rephrase. Have you ever been happy? You know what? Animal instinct. Can't say that I have, but I've gotten close to it here. Withdrawals. They can muddle our heads and make us weak. Don't worry, you'll feel better soon. I have a new journal entry. Yay! My favorite opium den. The stranger must have known. Can't be a coincidence he's taken me here. So he's not only an alcoholic, but he's hooked on opium. Okay. I really like this music. Like, I literally really love this music. It's really good. I'm assuming I need to follow this dude. And I like... Oh, wait. What's this? What's this changing area? Towels and bathrobes disarrayed in cubbies. Away from prying eyes, a fine place for my illusion. The bouncer at the back door is the center. I'd better look human. Animal instinct. If I want to avoid confrontation, that is. You know what? Cast your illusion. Oh, we're back to the cards again. I did 2. Let's try 3. 6 of Cups. I don't know what that is. Sight from the fire, hearing from bloody hell. Focus. You still can't hear it? Hold on. How's that? There you go. Okay, so it is actually kind of low. That's fine. Okay. Stuff it confounded didn't quite take, but I can try again if it's not too exhausting. There's a 50% chance. I did 3. Let's do 1. Okay. Let's try this. I have a 75% chance now. Okay, self-discipline, conjuring, sight from the fire, hearing from the ether, smell from the air, and taste from the water, touch down to the earth in another form. Never seen that bouncy before. Let's play it safe. And centaurs don't tend to like minotaurs. Might get his knickers in a twist if he sees one. Yeah, I think he would. Duh. Trying to get me jacked up in here? What's this? He's sitting on the... Let's not do all that. I feel like I can come back off. A brass tinted mahogany bar lined with candles casting eerie shadows on in a centaur behind. His equine musk sweat cuts through the smell of incense. Careful there, senators are known to have short fuses. Self-reflection, especially at long hours in service occupation. Self-discipline. Some centaurs have been kind to me. I won't pass judgment until he proves me wrong. Cantankerous creatures, sure as sun up. If I had a shilling for every centaur on a power trip, I'd give myself a townhouse in Kansas. Let's do some self-discipline. Wait, how about Mr. Browncoat? He's rather unique. I, Bixby Browncoat, the owner here at the Lotus. Most nights he's waiting at the bar, so I hope he hasn't taken ill. Maybe if I wait around, Bixby will show up. Fortune favors the bold. Let's get this over with. Let's do wet. Oh, I have black bile. Maybe if I wait around, he'll show up. wit, but he could be gone a while. Must be the press of business drawing him away from the front of the house. Now they talk to him. Self-reflection. The centaur leers, his misshapen chin a shelf for his cigarette, jutting from a jangle of bad teeth. His bare chest is stricken with psoriasis, and the scaly rash reddens his pockmarked cheeks. Whoa. Aren't you a handsome fellow? The bouncer. Didn't see you come in. How can I help? Interest to the Lotus, please. I have to check the list. Now, where did Bisbee say it was? Out trots Mr. Brown Coat, surely come to see what the fuss is about. He has a distinguished, long-faced countenance, sporting a gold pocket watch and the lavender-tinted pince-nez with octagonal frames settled on his low aquiline nose. I have a new journal entry. Good to see Bixby again. I can always count on him to treat me right. Minotaur or not, my money is the same color as everyone else's. You tell him. Despite his careful printing, the turbulence of a life lived in the margins shows on his face. Now, here's Atticus. Self-reflection. He's happy I've arrived in human form, although he knows it takes a lot of energy. Glad to see you too, Bixby. And then it seems the doorman didn't recognize me. About time we had a spot of trouble. So glad to see you too. +1 blood. They said, and you as well, Atticus. I'm glad to see you brought us a brand new customer. Now then, paradise awaits beyond the curtain. Okay. Bixby ushers you through the door and leads the way down the back stairs. The stranger on your heels like a stubborn shadow. The red lotus is draped in a haze of pale smoke, dotted with flickering candles and incense glowing like cinders in the night. The smell of burning opium is dark and rich, like a branch of overdone biscuits with a sharp, fishy afterbite. The pale red glow from the Chinese lanterns paints the space in perpetual twilight. It's easy to lose track of time within these walls, whiling away your days in a blissful waking dream. Wow. That's wow. Keeping it cool kind of reminds me of Neverwinter, the one from years ago. It do kind of remind you of that a little bit. I actually used to play Neverwinter. I don't think I really got that far into it because I got like a little confused with everything. But this is interesting. Like I like the storytelling in it so far. The music has been really good though. That much I will definitely say. It's been really, really good. Save overheard view in a wow. What's that gear clattering racket? A jetta stream cuts through the quiet of the den. Wait, what a curious machine. I wonder how it works. What is an automaton doing here? It's not as if it can partake. Let's do sprightness. Sprightness. If minotaurs are welcome, then why not 10 willies? I just sorry there, didn't mean to startle you. Oh, that's what the automaton said to me. Okay. An automaton of all things here in the den. I'll make a point of speaking with his master. Is it overhead? Self-reflection. Off it goes, heading for the private section. Oh, I'm heading to the private section too? Bad. Incense pot. Sticks of heady incense wafted in the air, always burning no matter the flow of customers. Nice. Okay, there's not anything else for me to touch around here. I guess I gotta keep going. dwarf and automaton. Even strangeness. Self-reflection. The dwarf has a warm and amiable look with a sort of lucid blue eyes I couldn't stay angry at. Aw. Wit. His gaze is so sharp and clearly intelligent I find myself intrigued. Below his crystal blue eyes is a broad nose and a red mustache. So full that it has might crawling off his face and build a cocoon. That it just might. Okay. His left arm and leg are both mechanized, and judging by his steam-powered backpack, the augmentations don't stop there. How do you do? Let's do wit. Just fine. What kind of inventor are you? I, named Theodore Redgrave, Brotherhood of Buffoons, but call me Teddy, most people do. Buffoons are technical experts, often of a skill considered to be complex, arcane, and difficult. So this is actually one of the other people that you can play as. If you get the full game, you can play as him. Wait, no clue what a buffoon is, some kind of magician? Let's do wit. You said Teddy Redgrave says, "Ah, yes, the Royal Society funds all kinds of industrial research nowadays. There's a brotherhood for every branch of science, but I'm with the DA, Division for Automatons. They said that rickety thing just about spring thing. It's your automatons got a name, your bit things, gadgets, and the like. Oh." We say you invent things. Let's do that one. Struth. But my irons aren't what they used to be, so I'm training this bucket of brass for my apprentice. Oh. The automaton cheerfully jets a cloud of steam. Okay. Sprightness. Your automaton hasn't got a name. This here is Otto. Doesn't care for strangers, but you can't really blame him. Part of his programming. Let's do self-discipline. Stands to reason one must protect it. Because there's two. It's like self-discipline. It says stands to reason one must protect himself. Can never be too careful nowadays. And animal instincts is silly giving names to a machine, you ask me. Let's do self-discipline. It says, yep. The stands to reason. Truth if I've heard it. What can I call you, sir? Atticus Daily. Teddy pats the automaton with his fat paw. Mr. Daly, from the both of us, it's a pleasure. Otto's gonna need some tweaks before the brawls, but we'll have him fit as a fiddle by then. Oh, he's a brawler? So far, he's only watched from the sidelines, but someday he'll fight with the other battle trap. See, I'm a hunter of fell beasts and monsters. After the werewolf fights, those outlaw wretches are... Okay, let's see, the other battle trap. Battle contraption, automatons designed for combat, especially in the pit fights. And then I'm a hunter of terrible, evil, or deadly beast and monster. Okay. After the werewolf fights, those outlaw wretches are tantamalion, beat up and worn out. Much easier. I like this. So I like how they have these highlighted, where if you're not exactly sure what that actually means in context of the story, they give you like the definition for it. And I really like that, because it's not too many games that actually really do that. Like most of the games that have like a certain kind of speech, you know, like 14 does it. I love 14, but like 14 does that same thing where most of the people, you understand what they're saying, but then there are like some that have a little bit more eloquent or colloquial, speech patterns that makes it difficult to kind of understand the words that they're using. So for anyone that's like not super versed in, varied vocabulary, then things like this, like when you have this highlighted and you can kind of scroll over and see this is actually pretty cool because I like stuff like that. Like it actually encourages you to kind of enhance your vocabulary, but I also like the fact that it gives you context and like how they're using it and what it means for this. So that's actually pretty cool. I really like this one. I like when they did that. Much easier fight to take in for a bounty. Only 3 days only 3 days before the moon is full. Better have a good mind to watch your betting. Let's do with the spryness. This quiet occupation must never be a dull moment. Or we knew animal instinct. Ah, yes, the pit fights. I've been to my fair share. Good for a wager. Let's do quite an occupation. I feel like even though I just met this dude, I don't want to necessarily tell him everything. Yeah, there's true. I just knew you were a man of culture. Haha. Come to think of it, a statue like yours could make for an opportunity. Would you have an interest in joining my docket? I can pay you handsomely, of course. Say less. Won't mind getting my knuckles bloody at the right price. Take my visiting card and we'll meet before the moon is up. Not to my taste, but I could be convinced if the purse is right. A man's gotta eat after all. You know what? This man is gone copium. I got yellow bile now. So a visiting card is a calling card with personal information such as name and address passed to hand for social purposes. Well, I'm pleased to be acquainted. I'm come calling soon. New journal entry. Wait a minute. If I had a little scrap to sell, would you be interested? Hi, Ori. You said, ooh, would this be? So this game is called Sovereign Syndicate. So this is a card-based RPG. So essentially, I am playing right now as a Minotaur illusionist named Atticus Daly, who I literally just woke up I'm assuming that I attempted to try to end my life with alcohol. It didn't really work because I got woke up by a stranger and I had to follow this dude to my favorite opium spot. So apparently I'm an alcoholic and I'm hooked on opium and I am in this little spot and pretty much this is like a chance thing. So I have to pretty much go through a lot of the dialogue is actually pretty cool. I like this. But I pretty much kind of choose a base stat, my base minor arcana, which we went with the star, and I don't even remember what the star had, so don't ask me what it was. But pretty much, you start off with a character. This one is, because this is a demo, I only have one. This is Atticus Daly. But you start off with the base stat, and then all the choices that you make, especially with your interaction with people around you, will boost up various different stats that you have. So every little entry that you have, you can talk to people and you give them, you kind of get information from them and stuff like that. In this case, this dude is like hooked up on, he's addicted to opium and he's an alcoholic, and I had to come here, so I need to figure out what this stranger wants. But I met this guy and his automaton, so I'm actually having a conversation with him. So it's actually pretty cool. Nice thing about it is like there are certain things that I can do, and I have tarot cards that I have to pull in order to determine like how the outcome of things are gonna be. And thank you for the biddies. So he said, wait a moment, if I had a little script to sell, if I had, would you? Let's do that. And then I got a new journal entry. The automaton belongs to a dwarf called Teddy Redgrave. Now, if I had the full game, Teddy Redgrave is actually somebody I can play at. But Teddy Redgrave, a monster hunter with a purse for the pit fights. If he has the capital, I'll fight on his behalf when the move is free. Cool. I can't really talk. Well, I can talk to him again, but I really need to go in here and talk to this. That's what I'm here for. So we're in a private booth. Latest wooden screens and high back seating provide some comfort and privacy for those that can't afford it. The booths are made of a luxurious calf leather, well oiled and plush with dimpled riveting. Delicate china and exclusive menus of the den's offerings are available for those of a more discerning taste. It means you in here, you got the monies. You ain't broke up in here. Self-reflection. Seems you're in for a treat on account of the stranger's pocketbook. As fat as a Christmas goose. Also, we're in steampunk Victorian England. And I'm a minotaur who has disguised himself as a human. Self-discipline. Let's show a little restraint. Yes, let's please show a little restraint. Friday, surely he didn't bring me here for elevated conversation and pleasure of my company. I'd better be on my guard. Alright, so let's do this. He could already killed him, so let's go with the self-discipline. Oh, Crone, it's worth seeing what he's after. Who is this woman? Infuriating, but I can't keep the Crone from intruding. Nevertheless, the stranger's waiting on me. Let's get on with this. I like they had the leather like sounding when you sat down. They're a big old dude too. Wait, the menu is embossed with an array of oral morphines, liquid and powder cocaines, and many strains of midnight oil. Bro, what? Opium. Oh my god. Dude, where's the food? In all of this, I'm just saying. I don't encourage drug use in any way, shape, or form. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Can we get some food? Like, I kind of feel like if I'm gonna be, you know, high as a kite, the least I can do is get some food with this. Like, where are the midnight munchies? I mean, they just got a whole, like, they got a whole, man, this is like, yeah. This is like a 5-star restaurant for drugs. I can't. I'm in PF trying to get a storm's crown clear. Ooh. Now, how's it going? Masked stranger. Teddy seems an interesting chap, and the automaton is quite something, isn't it? Spryness. So if I pick spryness is yes, an amusing match, but I'm sure you didn't bring me here to discuss the clientele. Enmity, bugger the small talk. Why did you bring me here? Let's go with spryness, because once again, the man got a gun. And we're in a spot where it's like a whole bunch of drugs and stuff in here, so he could literally murk me right here on the spot and then leave me as if I was drug induced and lost my mind. So let's go with some spryness here. Got to enrage 4 times. Ooh, yeah. Well, I am hoping that you get it clear that you can carry me to victory. So I picked the spryness. Yes, an amusement match, but I'm sure you didn't bring me here to discuss the clientele. We've got plenty of time for explanations. Why don't we start with a sample of some of the den's wares? Bro, you already know what's in here. Like, why do we need to sample anything? I'm telling y'all, this is a setup. This is all the way a setup. This is like a super setup. Spryness. Careful now. He's obviously trying to curry favor, although it would be good to loosen up. So, I can either pick self-discipline, nothing too strong, still need to keep my wits about me, or wit. With so many dear poisonous variation, it's hard to decide what will hit the spot. I just woke up from being drunk and potentially coked up. And I'm literally sitting here looking at more drugs. I am amused with this. I am literally amused with this. Yeah, let me just do the self-discipline because ain't no way. Nothing too strong. Still need to keep my wits about me. I must say, I'm impressed with your discretion. I would have thought just any fix would do. No, because I don't trust you, dude. You got a gun on you. Animal issue. You're just greasing the wheels for whatever it is the wait want from me, or wit, thanks, I suppose. But I know it's not from the kindness of your heart. Yeah, let's go with the wit. Because I've been pretty articulate so far. We'll see if you sing the same tune when it's said and done. Now then, while you think about the entree, I'll prepare the appetizer. Oh, so you all went ahead and pre-ordered the cocktails of the day, huh? Wait, he takes a small tablet out of his shirt sleeve, cracks it in half, and drops it in my teacup. The other half goes into his own. Is this like a red pill, blue pill type of moment right now? Homemade remedy, eh? You know, I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this turn. I was not expecting this. This is cute. I like this. I like this. I might have to get this game just to play through all this. Home remedy, eh? Yeah, let's go with the wit. Because that's a hell of a remedy. You just gave me a red pill, blue pill, and just stick it in my cup. Not to worry, I wouldn't kill us both now, would I? Besides, I could have done you in already if I wanted to. You know, considering that you know this dude's backstory, it makes no sense for me to pass on this. Let me tell you why I'm literally choosing these options. First and foremost, let me point out that this dude was in a alley. He was in a back alley, like prepared to die and everything. So I'm assuming that he had his fair share for the evening and then chased it with alcohol and was like, let's go. I'm done with life. To be woken up by a voice in his head and then this dude looking at him. I kind of feel like at this point, you're alcoholic and you're hooked on drugs. There ain't too much that you're gonna pass down at this point. Like, I can't consider myself to be all of a sudden somebody that he actually expects many people, has he's already commented, have come down, chase him down over debts or whatever. I can't expect all of a sudden he's surprisingly, let me be sober and not drink this stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna go with this because he's been like this so far. Let's keep going. He living his best life. So I'm gonna choose spryness. Well then, cheers to not killing anyone. I got 20 vigor and 20 nerve plus 1 blood. Let's go. The drug tea restores my spirits instantly. Man, like, can I get some? Took me ages to perfect this remedy. I'm not much for cocaine myself, but when it's blended with the turmeric and the resin of myrrh to bind the capsule, that ghastly teeth gnashing anxiety is gone, leaving just the euphoria. But wow, that is... This man makes his own drugs. He makes his own drugs. I mean, look at this. My health and stuff done went up though. So it must have been good. Self-discipline seems to Seems this stranger is no stranger to drugs. The pains of my withdrawals are all but absent now. Can I get some? Just great. And for the main course, how about White Wind Elation? You must be fond of that one. The what? The what? An artisan blend of opium. Oh my god. Do places like this really exist? Like, okay, this is my naivety coming out now. Like, you always see this kind of stuff in the movies, but does this stuff really exist? Like, I'm concerned. I'm concerned and curious. Not that I would ever walk into a place like this, but like, I am concerned and curious. As in, do places like this really exist? And is this what they do? Because, like, the most that I ever see are, like, movies and whatnot, or when you hear stuff in trials, is it like, you know, people have these kind of stuff just sitting there, they have parties, people bring it to the house, and it's just like, oh, it's just this, and they, you know, all on the table, everybody just takes a hit, or whatever the case may be. But, like, this is funny. Like, I'm just like, do they have places like this? Like, do places like this, have they places like this existed like this? If someone can tell me that, I would be, like, highly interested in, like, understanding the history of these kind of things. Oh, Chrome, his lighthearted confidence seems like a front, as if he knows you better than he's letting on. Task updated, the old Chrome. Find out the chatter of my mind is enough by itself, and if she nags at you, bridging some intangible psychic distance. How about learning a spell to cast her out? Yeah, that might work. Self-discipline. Any sort of psychic barrier is useless. The bothersome hag won't leave me be, and here I am face to face with a telepath. Wit, the white wind happens to be my favorite, but of course you already knew that. Yeah, let's keep going with wit, because I don't think, like, he comes across as like he kind of knows how to blend in with this stuff if he's been to this place often. So I'm not gonna go with the animal instinct just yet. I kind of want to keep him on this. We still on this level with you. Masked stranger. I know a little something about you is true, but it's part and parcel to my profession. I keep tabs on people who pique my interest. Wit, what is your profession exactly? He said, what is your profession exactly? Animal instinct is how have you been tracking me? And then I have an one that says on with it then. What else do you need? Yeah, what is your profession? Let's say I look after Her Majesty's interests with great vigor when they align with my own. How am I Her Majesty? Oh, Lord. Did I do something with Her Majesty? Self-reflection. Her Majesty, has a queen taken an interest in me? Yeah, I need to ask, how have you been tracking me? Because that's a little weird. It wasn't all that difficult. You only have a few haunts. Right. Like Her Majesty. So what? How did I get on the Queen's radar? On with it then. What else do you need to know? That depends. Do you want the details or shall I summarize? You said, let's have a summary. You've tried my patience long enough. Nah, I need details. It's like, I have the details. Better know what I'm getting into. Yeah, I need details. I don't need that too long. I don't need that TLDR rundown. That's a little much. That's how, see, that I know that much. In like a lot of movies, you give me the TLDR. Next thing you know, I didn't know that. Like 8 scenes later, nobody told me that because you didn't ask for the details. You wanted the TLDR. So yeah, no, give me the details. I'd rather know the details. I know about your life as a roughneck. Need a roughneck. Gotta have a roughneck. Okay, I had to do that. I'm sorry. A streetwise ruffian under illicit employ. Hmm. And a panhandling maid. But what about before that? What about the Sacred Heart? Persuasion. Never heard of it. Okay. He said, it was where I grew up before I looted the nun's coffer and took to the street. You know what? I feel like he's completely honest with stuff. I gather as much, but I'm not sure about what I'm not sure about is your parents. I mean, this dude kind of don't really know his mother either. He said, I don't remember my mother. I've never knew my father, but I took him for dead, and I guess my mother couldn't afford to feed me. Sometimes I can remember what she looked like, but only in dreams. I mean, he does kind of know what the fuck his mom looks like, so I'm not gonna lie about that. As if through a pane of frosted glass, her face on a train departing. And you never heard from the sisters about your parents? Look here, I've had about enough. Those days are behind me, so what they matter now? I can't still remember what day it is. How could I dredge up the past with my clarity? Let's go with wit. Don't worry how clear it is. If the memory's there, we can call it back. There's a bit of the Sacred Heart that you seem to have forgotten. But if you can remember with the help of Auntie Emma, it could lead us to your mother. Yeah, let's do it with the wit. Lead us to her gravesite, you mean? What would that accomplish? Auntie Emma is opium? How many names for opium is in this game? I have a black bio level up. Okay. Oh, I've leveled up my wit. Oh, here we go, right here. I have a new perk. Oh, I can confirm my perks. Okay. So I have a new perk. I can permanently increase this attribute. Okay, so it's for wit. So this one is wit. I can permanently increase this attribute by +1. I can all mechanism skill checks gain an additional +3. Or new major tarot. All skill checks from the deck this card is bound to will be drawn with one card revealed. Oh, okay. All skill checks from the deck from the deck this card is bound to will be drawn with one card revealed. So basically, anything that has to do with my wit, well, anything that has to do with the chariot, if it's drawn, I'll have one card revealed up instead of like when they had all 4 of them face down. I'll now have 3 of them face down with 1 of them face up. Huh. That is a good thing. I don't know which one. I can permanently increase his wit by +1. I can all mechanism skills checks gain an additional +3. Or I can choose the chariot where only 3 of the cards will be face down instead of all 4. Right. It's like all 3 of them are actually really good. You say the second one, all his mechanisms? Yeah, I mean, that actually is pretty good. Did give it a +3 there. Well, I just choose the second one, so we just did that. on the contrary, on the contrary, I believe she's alive. Her name came up at a ledger at Sandthorn Asylum, a high-security psychiatric hospital named Camberley. As for your father, he was exiled and never seen again. There's no telling if he's still alive. Let's do the self-discipline. I see my share of swindlers, but this takes the cake. Of course, it's just a theory until I match the names. I don't suppose you know your mother's family name. It's her maiden name. Perhaps if I rack my brain but I'm quite sure I've never knew it. Yeah, let's go with the wit, because again, yeah. I didn't think you would, but if your mother's name is on record at the Sacred Heart and it matches the Sandthorn ledger, then we have the chance to prove her identity and break her free. Why are y'all trying to break her free? That means digging up memory socket away. Even if it's true, why would I want to find her? I'm sure if my mother's alive, she's forgotten. Let's go with the animal instinct, because I don't feel like, yeah, why would I want to find her? She left me. Family ties are up to your discretion, of course, and I cannot share my own motivation for the truth. I'd really like to know what his bloody aim is. Master, if you can think back to those troubling times, then you're worth more than the price on your head. Otherwise, he's offered me a chance, but only if I can draw up those memories. Good lord. I can never force your hand, so what will it be? The dream dose and a voyage between the banks of memory, or the death dose and the end of all your days? You know what? Fuck it. Let's go with the dream dose. I'm gonna go to dream. You take the stranger's offer, eager to lose touch with harsh reality and for a chance to call back memories that could lead to your mother's whereabouts. Fall into an opium dream, the stranger's recent increment remind you of growing up in a Sacred Heart orphanage. The end for now. Oh, that was a short one. So that's actually pretty cool. Like, I can't really do anything. Okay, so that's basically going back through all of that. Okay. So, from little bit that I saw, that was actually pretty interesting with the demo. Honestly, I'm for the little bit of that you got to see of all of that, I'm actually interested in getting this game and playing through it. Or at least playing as much through it like that. Like, I like the taste. I do like the taste of how this was. Because, again, I love the music that was in there. Sorry for the earlier audio thing. But I love the music I love the music so far. I've never played this style of game before, but this actually seems pretty cool. So I do like this style of game. This is actually, I think this would be really cool to kind of check out on a more full-time basis. So I would really, I'm probably going to go ahead and get this game, probably tomorrow if I can. But after I make, pay my bills first. But yeah, this actually seems pretty cool. And I would love to pick this up and kind of play through it. It's interesting. I do like the interesting part of it. I like the chance of having all of your different stats kind of raise up and getting like the plus ones of this and that and increasing your your health and what that. I like the story so far. It's really engaging. It's really intriguing. It doesn't seem hard to navigate either. So I really like this. Gives a D&D single player feel, but also exactly like I've never played D&D, but I actually like this because I played Neverwinter and this was actually kind of similar to that. But I like that this single player instance of it is really cool. So I would definitely check this out. I'd 100% check this out. So this is a thumbs up for me. I'm intrigued. I'm curious, especially for a type of game that I don't normally play and probably wouldn't have looked at. So I'm glad I picked this one up, and I'm intrigued. I'm really curious, and I want to see more. I really do. I want to see a whole lot more. So kudos to them. So I definitely recommend, if this was interesting to everybody and you wanted to check it out, it's called Sovereign Syndicate. It is done by Crimson Herring. So go, Crimson Herring Studios. Go check them out. It is available on Steam. I am going to actually wishlist this on Steam because I do actually want to check this out. This was actually really, really good. So 100% yes. I am going to go check this out. I am going to do this. Hopefully this gives it a very, very nice, I really dig this. This kind of stuff I really like. So yes. Absolutely yes. So okay, cool. I like this. We're gonna go ahead and wish list this. So where is it? Visit the store page. So let's go here. And we're going to wish list this. Yep. So we're definitely gonna do this. I want this. I definitely want this. I think I want to follow them too. So yeah, we're definitely gonna check this out because this is absolutely by far, that was actually really intriguing. I'm curious. Like I am super, super curious about more that goes into a lot of this. And I want to see how it plays out. So yay, let's do this. I'm happy. I want to check this out. This is actually a pretty cool game. So kudos to everybody that to Herring, like Crimson Herring Studios. It was like a pretty interesting game. It was. Like I like it. And I like that it's you'll probably grab it, do it. Like completely do it. Cause I am not like 100% I am gonna actually grab this. I would really like an opportunity to play, like I do a full on playthrough when this is available, just to see how this plays out. Cause this is actually really cool. Like I'm intrigued. And I kinda wanna know about his mom now. And like this opium infused dream he's about to go into and everything. So this is actually cool. I'm definitely liking this. And it looks like the new playtest was launched on the 2nd. I'm trying to see if there's like any news on this because this would be really good to like kind of get more information on this. And it doesn't look like you really need like a whole like a superpowered computer. At a minimum, you only need like Windows 10, a 64-bit processor, an Intel Core i3, 4 gig of RAM, DirectX compatible video card with 2 gig of memory, DirectX 11, about 20 gig of available space. And keep in mind that this is going to change during development. So recommended, again, 64-bit processor, operating system, Windows 10, Intel Core i7 or equivalent, 8 gigs of RAM, DirectX compatible video card with 4 gig of memory, DirectX version 11, and again 20 gigs of space. This is also subject to change during development, but make sure that you at least got stuff like that, which is going to be like the average PC maybe. i3 is more like the average. i7 is not the average, but so yeah, I'm definitely gonna wish list this. I kind of it's already wish listed right here, wish list, and I'm following them because this is really good. So I do want to. I would want to check this out and see how this goes. So I'm definitely wanting to go get it. Like want it become available. I definitely want to get this because I want to see how far it can go. Because this seems like super super interesting. Like just watching through a lot of this, like this looks really good. Look, that's where I was at, and I picked the same person. And then being able to like actually use the tarot system and actually come up and seeing like the different stats and getting a chance at like increasing those stats and everything. This seems really, really good. So I'm curious. I am definitely curious about this. And I don't normally play games like this. So this has got my attention.